On the day I got married, I never thought I would end up being divorced. Never.
You really did think till death do us part, didn't you? After the news came out, it was revealed that Bill Gates admitted that he had had an affair in the marriage. And at that time, did you think we're going to work through this? How did you handle something like that?
Well, I certainly believe in forgiveness. So I thought we had worked through some of that. It wasn't one moment or one specific thing that happened. There just came a point in time where there was enough there that I realized it just wasn't healthy and I couldn't trust what we had.
There was one report that said it was multiple affairs. Do you care to say anything about that?
You know, I think those are questions Bill needs to answer.
Okay.
Asking for my
Before you forgive that man, and before you ask him this,
how would you feel if I did that to you?
Imagine this being his response.
I would leave. I got self-respect. You don't. I don't. What is the confusion here? We talking about, oh, you can't take what you dish out. I wouldn't have left if I was you. Just because you didn't leave, don't mean I got to stay.
It pains me to say this, but there are men out there, usually the raggediest among us, who have higher standards than women. They would never let you cheat on them. They would never let you slide in a man's DM and they forgive you. They would never let you go out on a date with your ex and they forgive you. They would never let you get away with what you're letting them get away with. But there are so many women out there who will let men be on their third and fourth second chance. They jump on the internet and say things like,
"You don't cheat twice, girl. Take that man back."
You are right. Like, literally, 2 times is nothing.
Women are literally out here accepting a child a man had during a break or the man had during the marriage. They wouldn't dare let you treat them the way they treat you. And when you forgive what you both know is unforgivable, they realize exactly how desperate you are for them or for a relationship. Let me be clear. Women with high self-esteem and standards do not give multiple chances. The more chances you give a man, the more you make it clear to him and low-key to yourself that your standards are not very high. They know that it's easier to ask forgiveness than to ask permission, so they do things they already know is wrong, banking on the fact that you're going to forgive them. 9 times out of 10, he would leave you for the exact same thing he's begging you to forgive him for. Never let your man's standards be higher than yours.
She's right. The double standard is glaring. Men often expect women to endure so much, the cheating, the disrespect, the emotional neglect, and still stay loyal, all in the name of being a ride or die. But the moment the roles are reversed, most men wouldn't even stick around enough for a conversation, let alone forgiveness. It's like they demand grace and patience, but won't extend the same. Why is it so hard for some men to take what they dish out? Is it ego, or do they truly believe they are entitled to more leniency in relationships? What do you think? Personally, I think it's deeper than ego. It's more about entitlement and societal conditioning. Many men grow up believing that they are the center of relationships, with women expected to forgive and endure. It's also about control. If a woman does the same thing, it threatens their sense of dominance in that relationship. So a lot of men cannot stand having their women treat them badly the way they treat their women. Such behavior, such mindset is frustrating because it shows how much work we still have to do in unlearning toxic behaviors in relationships. Men need to unlearn that conditioning. Like I said, a lot of men have been taught that the world revolves around them, and anything that disrupts that narrative feels like a personal attack to them. And when women assert themselves and challenge that dynamic, it's been perceived as rebellion instead of equality. It goes to show that a lot of men don't see women as equals but subordinate. So women are expected to take the BS from them, but they are being taught not to take BS from women. In their head, we are here to serve them. So as a servant, you don't have the right to treat your master wrongly, but your master has the right to treat you wrongly. And you're also expected to forgive your master's mistake without questioning him. To me, this explains why men feel justified in their double standard. And the moment a woman walks away from that slave role and mirrors their behavior, it becomes unacceptable to men. With men, the goalpost keeps moving because they are obviously refusing to see things differently.
A man who continuously abuses you doesn't love you. I don't care if he cries, begs, and asks for forgiveness. each time he abuses and cheats on you. That is in no way genuine but toxic love. Your stupidity is out of this world. If you get pregnant almost every year, despite claiming physical and emotional abuse, open your ears to these facts. When abuse starts, the abuser has absolutely left the marriage. He's no longer a husband, partner, and protector. Are you waiting for him to verbally tell you that he's out of love with you or that he's done with that marriage? You don't have to wait to hear that from the abuser because it might never come. Most times, they are too cowardly to say it. Abuse itself is a language that shows that they don't care about you. It's time to accept your reality. There's no love or marriage there. My name is Mr. Revolution, and I hope this helps.
This one hit hard. Abuse, whether physical, emotional, or both, is never a sign of love. The crying, begging, promises of change, that's manipulation, not a sign of genuine remorse. If a man repeatedly abuses you, it does not matter the number of times he apologizes. His actions speak louder than words. The reason why some men will continuously abuse women is because they've been made to believe that they can do anything to women or to a woman, and it's that woman's duty to forgive them. We know this mindset is rooted in patriarchy, and it reinforces the idea that women are expected to endure abuse from men, because the society have historically viewed we women as less deserving of respect and equality. And the reason why some women stay put in a toxic cycle, in a toxic relationship, is because they don't know any better. It's because they've been taught to accept it, and they've been made to believe that is the norm, that is how relationship is supposed to be, that is how men behave. The fact that women are often raised in environments where abuse is normalized, whether in their family or community, makes it so hard for women to break free. When you're being surrounded by a culture of toxicity, how can you even know that a healthy, respectful relationship is possible?
This is probably going to piss some people off, but I'm going to say it anyways. Any man that says divorce is not an option for him is a giant walking red flag. That's it. No questions asked. End of story. Any man that says divorce is not an option for him will make your life a living hell. Because for women, divorce should always, no questions asked, be an option. It is incredibly stupid and wildly unsafe to go into a marriage thinking that divorce is not an option. There should always be a way out, especially specifically for women, given the statistics that we know, given that the home is one of the scariest places for women, one of the most likeliest places for women to die. And who did they die by? The hands of their intimate partners. Any man that says divorce is not an option for them, run.
What she said is true. A man that says divorce is not an option is already putting the relationship on a pedestal without considering the reality of it. People grow, change, and sometimes relationships don't work out, and that's okay. What happens when things get unhealthy or toxic? Probably he might be the reason for that. Maybe he's a chaotic person, maybe he's a toxic person. In that situation, does he expect the woman to stay in an abusive or stagnant relationship just because he's afraid of divorce? This kind of mindset can be dangerous because it assumes that no matter what happens, you should always stick it out. Such thinking leads people to staying in an unhealthy, unhappy situation that can do more harm than good. The idea that marriage is meant to last forever, no matter the circumstances, is outdated and harmful. And that mindset is rooted in control and manipulation. They expect women to stay in an unconducive relationship because they made one vow in church. No, now, don't do that. Like I would always say, the duration of a relationship should depend on the quality of the people involved, like the quality of their character, how well they treat each other. Do they respect each other? Is there mutual respect? Are they accountable? Are they responsible? Character should be what the focus should be, not because you went to church and you made a vow, or you went to an altar and you made a vow, or there's a rule you need to follow because you're religious. No, the idea that a marriage should last forever is something created by patriarchy. If that man is a good man and that relationship is healthy, fine, it should last forever. But if one person is suffering, why should it last forever? No, it's not supposed to be. And it's a way that the patriarchy system uses to control women, to force women, to manipulate women to keep staying in a toxic relationship. Remember, the patriarchy system is all about marriage. Yeah, they want women to get married to men because they see women as servants. They want women to serve men. So marriage benefits men more than it benefits women. So in their head, once that marriage happens, they have to look for a way to make sure that women don't leave that marriage, even when they're not being treated rightly. They have to stay in the marriage to the end. So they bring up the religion. Oh, the Bible says, oh, we have to stay together. I know they have different books. They have the Old Testament, the New Testament. At some point in the Bible, in the New Testament, Jesus came and abolished the old rules and all that. But you get the story, you get what I'm trying to say. In all, don't stay in a relationship that is not conducive. Your life is very important. Staying alive should be the focus. Don't let anyone maltreat you, all in the name of marriage or relationship.
Men are not on the same level as women. I'm sorry, it's the truth. I think women, they're not recognized for the capacity that they can achieve.
Yeah.
They're not. It took 85 years for me to speak up.
Marriage stopped being beneficial to women the second we got the right to own our own bank accounts. So I don't know why men still think that being 30 and unmarried is a woman's worst nightmare. I'm gonna be worried about my career, babe, not some man.
I met my husband when I was 37. I got engaged and married at 38. I had my first child at 39. I became a homeowner at 40. I am 43 now, and I'm just getting to the point in life where I feel like I can do whatever I want. I'm more confident than I've ever been. I'm more bold than I've ever been. I'm able to really get a grasp on what my gifts and talents are and share those things with the world. I didn't have that courage when I was in my 20s. So if you're in your 20s or 30s and you're feeling like life has passed you by and you haven't figured everything out just yet, you really don't have to. You really don't have to. I tried to cosplay as a career woman when I was younger. I tried to be like everyone else and try to get a job where I could maybe try to get ahead and try to make more money and try to climb the ladder. It never worked for me. Every single time I would take another step on the rung of the ladder, I would get kicked off. But the truth is I was always meant to be a stay-at-home mom. I was always meant to be a housewife. I know it's going to offend some people because this life is not for everybody, but this was always my destiny. I love what I'm doing right now more than ever, and I have the opportunity to pursue my passion projects, things that I never would have done before when a traditional job outside of the home was taking up all of my time. If I had really understood in my 20s and 30s that this is the life I really wanted and that really suited me, I would have done this sooner. But I was so busy pretending to be something that I wasn't because I didn't have the courage in my youth to just be me. I was too embarrassed to say what I really wanted and what I was really all about. At 43, I don't care what anyone says about me, and people on this app say craziness about me. People in real life say craziness about me, but I am so grateful that I have leaned in to what feels authentic to me. So I don't know what that is for you, but lean into it. It's all gonna work out in time.
I played the last video just to let us all know that everyone's timing in life is different. Not because you're 30 and there is societal pressure, then you would jump into a toxic relationship, a relationship you're aware that is not going to be healthy for you, but because of what would people say, oh, I'm 30, or the clock is ticking, then you would jump into such relationship. No, it's good for you to take your time and find a person that is right for you. Everyone's journey is different. Some people don't live that long, they die. Some people live so long. What does that tell you? Everyone's journey is different. Everyone's timing is different. So if you've decided to take time to find a good man, stick to that. Don't let what people are saying or what people are doing around you influence that. And if you're in a relationship and that relationship is not serving you and you're being maltreated, leave that relationship. Don't stay put there because you feel like you might not find someone else. No, we have over 7 billion people on this planet. You will definitely find someone if that's what you want. Yeah, you will if that's what you want. So don't stay there because of the fear of you don't want to be alone, you don't want to be single. So I understand some people don't want to be single, some people don't want to be alone. Don't stay there because of that fear. Come out and develop yourself. Present yourself better, be happier. When you're happier, when you're in a different energy vibration, you're going to attract someone that is on that level. But when you're sad, you're most likely to get sad people come your way, if you get what I mean. So don't stay put there. Leave that relationship if it's not serving you. Your happiness matters. Your peace is important. Your life is the most important. Protect your life and do what is best, what is going to preserve your life for you. If you would love to watch more videos like this, click this video to watch how men exploit women that are naive, women that don't know what a healthy relationship looks like. And I'll see you all in the next one.